Sorry, Pork. All right, so we need a story time before we get back to the game. Mods, don't change it. We'll go back quick. Okay, story time. Oh, okay, sometimes it takes me a minute. You're now going to pick one person and blame them for everything? Well, you should blame yourself for your problems because you're the only one that can fix them. So if you have problems, it's because you're not doing anything about it to change them. Let's see. Good story time. Story time. What's a good story time? Oh God, I gotta like think about it. How I lost my virginity? No, because I know you guys don't see there's anything weird into it, but like for me, it's weird when people ask that because it's mine. Hmm. An Amish story? Oh God, it's hard when your brain gets put on the spot. The most stoned I've ever been. I've told that story. I can't tell this most stoned I've ever been story. I know, I'm just trying to think. It's hard when you get put on the spot. God damn it. Oh, the earliest memory? Okay, here's a good one. Did you ever get into serious trouble as a teenager? Okay. So when I was 16, I was 17 because I was back in Pennsylvania. So 14, 16, So I was 17 and I was in Pennsylvania and I drank a couple wine coolers, a couple beers, right? You get like 4 and you're like, wow, I'm wasted. And we used to do the thing where you would play Pong, but the losers would have to run around the house naked. So we were playing with older men, and of course that's what they did. But you had to run around the outside of the house naked. And I was drunk, but I wasn't really, I was really drunk at that age, but it shouldn't have been enough to be drunk. So I think I was also kind of like, oh my God, making it crazy in my head. So we lost. Me and my friend lost the game of beer pong that we were playing. And she had a herpes outbreak. So she didn't want to get naked. So she was like, oh, wait, I'm just going to tab you in. Okay. And I was like, okay. Not like anybody would have saw, but you know, when you're young, you're like, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever. So I had to go outside and run around the house naked in the snow because it was snowing. It's in Pennsylvania, or there was like cold weather kind of snow. And I was drunk enough to where I got naked. I ran around the house and then I kept on running. I don't know why I kept on running. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just kept on running buck naked. And then these police officers who were driving through the neighborhood picked me up and had to put a towel on me and drop me back off at the foster care place I was staying at. Right? It was right before I had aged out. Yeah, so I might have been 16 because it was right before I aged out. But I remember the cops specifically kept trying to put the blanket over me, and I kept being like, no, I'm fine. And they put it over me, and I'd be like, no, I'm fine. And they'd be like, no. And I'd be like, no, I'm fine. And it was just like one of the most awkward moments. Like when I really think back to it, I was like playing up the drunkenness a lot. But it was like really, really awkward. And those two cops like felt really awkward. I remember I had to stand there naked on the side of the road with like this weird blanket over me because they had to call a female police officer because she had to take me home in her car, or I had to be in a car with a female police officer. But I don't know why I just ran. Like, I just got drunk and then I just kept running. Yeah. So, that was it. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not the first time they've seen that for sure. And it was a small town. It's a small town in Pennsylvania. So like I just got dropped off where I belonged. Like nothing happened to me. I didn't get in trouble or anything like that. So that was it. You might have wanted to sober up in the cold. Maybe. I don't even know. I think I just kept going. I don't even think I thought about it. Yeah, it was Downingtown. Oh, thank you, Crimson Nightfall. So there's my story. I'm going to write one down, so I'll remember it for next time, though. The story with me and Megan Rain. I'm just going to start writing down topics when I remember them, and I'll keep it on a sheet of paper. Okay, there we go. I love reminiscing about good times. It probably did feel great. So I was in track and everything like that. And I used to run to get away from my problems. So what I think happened is I think that I was running, and I think that for some reason I just forgot that I was running with a purpose. So I think I just kept on running because I thought I was running, like maybe like out for a normal jog at night. And I just didn't realize like I was buck naked or something because I was drunk. So that's what I think. That's what I think happened.